Hello guys, welcome back to the Python Django tutorial. So in this video tutorial we are going to learn about MVT pattern. That is, so in Django we have the model pattern called we are following MVT pattern, that is model, view and a template. Like it's similar to in other programming language we have the MVC pattern, so that is model, view and control. So in Django we are following the MVT pattern, like MVT in the sense model, view and template. So it is like a design patterns. So it has the like collections of three important components. So it contains mainly, it has the three components. So now I will write in the node section so that you can understand easily. So I will write in the node section. So model, view, controller. So I will create one node file. So and I will write in the node file so that you can understand easily. So here is the my nodes file. Okay, so I will open this nodes file and I will write the some of the important points. Now in this tutorial we are going to learn about the like MUT pattern. So MVT, this is called model, model, view and template. Model view template is the design pattern. So what you mean by model view template means it is the design pattern available in, so design pattern available in the Python Django. So this is model view this is a for design pattern purpose we are using the MVT. So like in this we are concentrating most probably most important on like what you mean by model, what you mean by view, what you mean by templates. So we will be learning in this tutorial like in depth of these three concepts. So now I will explain you the like important like in model view. So and in model view and template, the model helps to database operations. Like in the MUT pattern, model means database operations, and like it data access layer which handles the data, and whatever data is there, no, that is accessed by the model. So basically, we are calling model as a database. So whatever data is there, that is performed with the help of model. So now up to this point, so model means it is a database layer, and model means the database layer. And next is like we have the view. Next we have the model view in the sense it is a business logic. So business logic means whatever code or the Python code we are writing in the view file. So this is nothing but a business file. Okay, and business logic. And template is not like a templates means like it is a HTML file. So a template is like a HTML page, like it represents the like it is like we can call it is as a presentation layer, like which handles the user interface part completely. So this is for the presentation layer. This is for presentation layer, and which always like it will handles the user interface part completely. So handles the user interface user interface part. Okay, And like as I explained already, view is like used to like used for executing the business logic. We are using the views, and like it interacts with the model to carry data and render the templates. Like so if I want to render the templates, and like if I want communicate with the model through these views only, we are going to communicate. Like in model, what happens, the database operations will be performed. So if I want to communicate with the model, so here the intermediate is the view is helping to the communicate between the data and the template. So this is like a business layer, like whatever the code and logic is there, so we are writing in the view file itself. And like although Django follows the MVC pattern, but so like maintenance its own, like for the its own conversations. So instead of control, we are handling these things in the framework itself. Means this model view template in this framework only, we are handling the controlling part, everything. So this is all about model view template. And like there is in this way, there is no separate like a part a controller. So as we can see in MUC pattern, there is a separate controller. So the complete application is based on a model view and template, but whereas in our case it's totally depend on the model view template only. Whereas in MVC there will be a separate controller part is there, but whereas in our MUT pattern there is no separation between controller and everything. So in MUT only it will take care about all the tasks. So that's why it is called, we are calling as a MUT applications. So like let us see some of the like example how the MUT works and how the like control flows. So so I will give on like on the example. So let us understand the, so user is requesting, so user is requesting some data. So when user is requesting, it will go to the Django server, means Django server. So when it goes to the Django server, and it will fetch the URL. Like if user is searching something, so it goes to the Django, then Django sends the request to the URL. Like a user is searching this data, so it will come to in URL. Like URL checks like user which kind of data he is searching. Like example, let us say admin is there, admin slash login slash something is there, so it will check the URLs. So it will check and fetch the URL from the view file. So next it will go the request to the URL that is view files. So view file will be deciding like where it is present. Like it checks in model and it will checks in template. So both will be so interacting with the help of view only. So like if it is present in the model, so if data need to fetch from the database, so directly it will communicate to the model. So this is like a simple how model MUT works here. So like a user whenever user request, so any resources that will go to the Django aligned. And like Django works like as a yeah, like as I explained already. So like in MVC pattern there is a separate called controller, whereas in Django itself acts as a controller part. So and it will check the available resources in the URL file, means the URL. Like if some user is searching something, so that will it will check in the URL file. So when the URL maps to the view, so that time it will interact to the model and template. Like so if user is searching anything, that will be searched in URL file. So that is done by the Django. So here we can call Django as a controller part. So that is like if it calls the call to the URL file and interact with the when it URL when called to the views file, so it will interact to the database as well as the templates. And it it gives or renders the templates. Like even Django responsible for a back user, like it will send the template as a response. So it will also sending the template to the response, like in the form of response to the template only. So here I will mention in the note section like what are the important concept, means like what all things we have to take care of in this MUT pattern. So as I mentioned, like if user is requesting something, it will directly goes to the Django. This so here Django acts as a So here I will write in bracket. Here Django acts as a controller part. In other programming language like in MEC and all, but there is separate controller. But whereas in the model view template in Django, there is no separate part called a controller. But all these things only controlled by Django itself. See, once once the user in request or response like request any resources, so though it will come to the Django. Then Django search in the send the request to the URL file. So it comes to the URL. So when it comes to the URL, like URL will be mapped to the views. So as I already explained, like whatever the logic we are writing in the views file, so only we are writing in the URL part. Like that URL will be searching in the views file. So whatever the logic is there, those logic will be written in the views file. Like just URL is to just check the views file. So if user entering this URL, so it should go to the URL of the Python file. So means in that logic, that business logic, it will search. So it maps the URL. Like here, if your URL is mapped, then it will call to the views file. So it will call the views file. So once the views file called, it will the view file will be interacting with the database as well as the templates, and it will render back to the response to the Django. So here it will interact to the views, and next the view file is interact to the model, that is called database and template. So this is the MUC pattern, how the works like. So it will interact to the model and templates. And like even the Django responds back to the user and sends the templates as a response. So even like Django has the capability to send the template as a response to the user only. Like let us say if user entered something which is not available, so let us say so if entered user login.html or anything, so it will the if that file is not present in not present, let us understand not present. So that time it will give the directly it will send to the user there is no such file, so that it will give the 404 error. So it means it will directly resend the response to the Django user by using that only template only it will send. So thank you, I hope you have understood this video.